Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, I want to share some thoughts and theories about the Umbrella Academy Season 4. At the time we were recording this, it still hasn't been confirmed whether or not the show is going to come back for a new season. It's been like out for like a little less than a week now. So we're probably going to be a little while before getting information. But obviously, I shared some thoughts and theories about, you know, spoilers for Season 3's finale. So if you have not watched Season 3, do not watch this because I'm going to spoil things. But the new timeline, obviously I share some thoughts about it, but there's certain elements I forgot to talk about, including the original Ben, which we'll get to later, as well as someone else kind of, you know, added some theories of their own with things. So I just kind of want to incorporate that in this video, kind of talk about some of the thoughts I had then and kind of retextualize them now with like the whole Ben thing, because I'd left that out of the context. So really quickly at the end, obviously we got the new timeline that was created, which I still, generally speaking, I'll talk about this more later, but I am worried about that. It's like, right, you kind of created a new timeline, but not just a new timeline, you created a new reality, and there's got to be universal cosmic consequences for that. If not, that's wild. But really quickly, the element I forgot to talk about is at the end, what we got as the post-credit stinger was Ben on a train. I think it was specifically Ben in Korea, if I'm not mistaken. And that has to be OG Ben, because Allison when she hit the reset button, it basically rewrote this timeline, rewrote reality to be what everyone needs. Now, this actually ties into what someone had actually pointed out, because I was under the impression, I was wondering, I was like, okay, so are because this is a new timeline and they never, I was like, well, we know that a whole bunch of kids were born. Obviously, no Harlan to end up killing like 27 of them, which includes most of the Umbrella Academy, with the exception of Ben. They all kind of lived their lives. So obviously, the Umbrella Academy was born in this. We're all are alive in this universe because they were born. The same thing for the Sparrows, as well as the others we never got introduced to. So that's going to be definitely an interesting element to kind of go forward with. When it comes to potentially a fourth season, is diving into those other characters as well, maybe if they decide to tackle that. But the point that someone had made, Mercenary had commented, I thought was interesting, that, you know, it's like, right, that the Sparrows have to be here, but what's most likely is they're all living their respective dreams. He had pointed out that Sloane's dream and what she wanted was to travel the world. And I was like, I completely forgot about that. That's a big thing about her and Luther wanting to travel the world. So that's why he couldn't find her. They're most likely still married in this reality. She's probably just off traveling right now. And yeah, I talked about it in my review. It's most likely that time travel thing of like, right, you've actually they've been living their regular lives this entire time. They just have no memories of what their lives are like in this new continuity, in this timeline C, essentially. I mean, I guess you can, rather even say timeline C, I guess you can almost argue like universe B more like, because you just reset the entire universe, consider the entire universe collapsed. So, but the point is, Allison got everything she wanted. She got Claire back, and her and Ray together, obviously raised from the 60s, but now he's living present day, because he actually died, like, wasn't it like not 9 years prior to, because he died at like 82, and Allison found out like he had died like 9 years ago by the time they came back in time. I went back to present day with a new reality. And so that starts entering that territory like, well, what did everyone else end up with? Klaus is interesting. So what does he get out of this new timeline? Because he loses his immortality. Luther got his regular body back. He's most likely still married to Sloane. They get to have like a regular life. He gets to have a regular life. Probably gets to have friends, something he never had before. Victor, I'd suggest it probably most likely has Sissy and Harlan. I'd assume it's going to be a young Harlan, the Harlan that she got, that Victor got to meet in, that he got to meet in 63. So, and spend some time with. So I think that's an element we'll kind of potentially see. If not, if they're not already together, at the very least, Sissy and Harlan exist in this new universe, and they're eventually going to meet. But I'd assume Allison would probably give Victor like the help and just right. So now, I mean, that also means like Allison and Victor should be good now, but that's still going to be interesting because literally all the siblings went their separate ways, living their lives. I still feel like we are going to end up where 5 ended up. Like, obviously, like he's got his arm back and everything, and that means he doesn't grow old to be that 100-year-old 5 who went back in time and started the commission, right? I think that's still going to be the end result of everything. Like, it all is going to come full circle, because it's still the thing of don't save the world. I think it goes back to season 1. Like, you saving the universe then set everything in motion. Or maybe it's talking about this particular reality. I think that 5 experienced everything, like the whole Oblivion thing. I think that 5 experienced all this, the new rewritten reality. I think maybe not. Like, I think things are going to go back, and 5's going to, like, everything. They're probably going to, if in the new season, they probably reset everything. So go back and stop Allison from setting all this in motion by resetting the universe. I don't know if you can really hit like a reset on the reset, because like usually when you reset something, you can't undo it. So this might be the new reality that they're stuck in. But this also presents an opportunity where we get to meet these sparrows and spend more time with them, because the only sparrows we really got to know was Ben, Sparrow Ben, because obviously learning how different he is from Umbrella Ben, and obviously the commonalities they have, but also the differences they had, that he's kind of a little like Ben meets Diego and Luther. And Sloan, we got to spend a lot of time with them, but like Marcus, he was only in the first episode of the season, so we didn't really get to know him. Faye, Alonzo, Jamie, Christopher, because I mean, so we never really got an opportunity to really know them. So this could be an opportunity to get to really know the sparrows, because I even love that as the season progressed, anytime you would see the umbrella symbol, you'd see the sparrow symbol too. So there'd be more of a united front. The question also comes up of, do they have memories of the original timeline? Because we know that Sparrow Ben does. The question does Umbrella Ben have those memories or not? Probably like other, because obviously Ray and Claire don't have memories, because everyone's just lived regular lives. So the Umbrella Academy aren't the celebrities they were, because they don't exist. Reginald never adopted them in his timeline, nor the Sparrows. So because I guess it doesn't matter, because he has what was her name? I believe Abigail. So he doesn't need to worry about that anymore, because it was all for the purpose of getting her. And I mean, who knows? Because it seems like Reginald controls so much, at least of that city, but maybe of the world. I mean, because he was a billionaire, but he was still a very like low-key billionaire. He might be in like his dictatorship like level thing. I mean, we know he's an alien, which is still unclear whether or not the rest of the Umbrella Academy knows. Luther, who remembers, knows that he is one. And Allison did kill him, and his head sliced open, and we saw the insides. But whether or not the others registered, whoa, the inside of Dad looks different. So they're still, some of them are at least unaware that their dad is an alien. I don't even know if they saw the statue of him, and obviously, like, Victor calls him an asshole before, like, walking away. So, but I think he's kind of on his tyrant level thing. Maybe having Abigail by his side will change him, so he doesn't, kind of brings back some of that humanity. So he's going to be a better version of who he was in season 1 and in season 1, season 2, and season 3. This is going to be the better version of him. Or maybe he's going to potentially be worse, because now he has everything he wants. Maybe she'll ground him, or who knows? Because we still don't fully know what his end goal is. And as I brought up previously, how is this there has to be the through line of this being a massive issue. This, once again, it's not just that you created a new timeline, you reset the entire universe, you rewrote reality because you changed so much. It's not like, oh, everything kind of went back to the way it was supposed to be or what it was. It's like, no, you undid a lot. And change and structure things to fit what you want. Now none of her siblings, none of the Sparrow Academy, none of the other kids, none of them probably have powers either. So the question is, like, what will they have to do over the course of the season to get those powers back? Once again, will it be like, I mean, once again, does the commission exist in this continuity or not? Like, is Herbert back, and is he not Herbert, it's just Herb, right? Is he back, and is he actually running things now? I brought up Stanley too. Like, he has to be I mean, not unless they rewrote that, because Stanley was living in 1989. So what if they ended up bringing Stanley and his mom to present day, so they get to hang around Stanley as he was, but it's set present day. I can't rack my head around the fact is that, once again, there has to be consequences on a universal level. I mean, I guess that whole reset is meant to bypass everything, but it's like, you can't can't just do that. Like, there has to be like cosmic consequences for that, because, and once again, it always falls on Victor for there being an apocalypse. Now this is kind of on Allison, but the argument could be, oh, it's on Victor too, because once again, what did 5 say? You don't make a decision on your own. 5 and the others were telling Victor to stop Allison, but he decided not to. So it isn't just on Allison, it's also on Victor, but it's still mainly on Allison for making the deal with Reginald as well as setting all this in motion. So we'll see. Plus, this also presents an opportunity for them to potentially get to know their parents, because they never got adopted, so each of them probably has their own, like Klaus gets to meet his mom, and not just in the, you know, land of the dead. Now he gets to actually pretend, well, is she still Amish, or, you know, did they live out their lives, or did they still die? Like, questions like that. Hopefully, if the show gets a 4th season, we get answers to all of that, because I'd love to see what that would all mean, to fully explore the ramifications of this new timeline / once again, I'd more so say this new universe, or new reality rather. So, but obviously these are just some of the things going through my head. I'd love to get to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree with some of the stuff I say? Do you completely disagree? What are some thoughts of your own? Just let me know how you're feeling and what you're thinking in the comments. Really, that's all I want to talk about. So the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.